I think, listen, here's what I think. It's going to show that Donald Trump knew what Jeffrey Epstein was up to for many, many years before this broke.
Well, in just a matter of days, things have changed dramatically at the White House.
Days?
Yeah.
No, a nanosecond.
Nanosecond.
Overnight. Overnight.
It's true.
This last night.
The president had spent all of last week
and the week
most
before,
of the
and the month before that, and the month before that,
urging Republicans to not vote to release the Epstein files, to block this. And suddenly, last night, he said, you know what? You should vote for this. A little bit of what he said, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. And it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics. And the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care.
So let me just explain why this is so ridiculous. Number one, if he really wants to release it, he has the power to. The Justice Department can just release it.
Do it right now.
Believe me, if he told Pam Bondi to release the files, she would. She would do anything he says. Secondly, more important is what's really going on here. He has a massive defection on his hands in the House, that there were going to be a slew of Republicans, despite Donald Trump's best efforts, who are going to vote to release it. And then the signal is that there is a major fracture in MAGA. And he knows that. In fact, he knows it so well that yesterday he said what anybody says when they lose control of their group, which is, I'm the one who created MAGA. It's my MAGA. That's when you know you're losing your mind.
True, it's his movement, so
but
it's a fact.
He's lost his grip.
He has lost. That's not.
I don't know if it's fair to say that he's lost.
He's lost his grip.
He's definitely lost them on this issue and maybe a couple of others.
Well, Babcock and I looked at the polls this morning. He's lost on this in a big way. He's lost in the economy. He has lost on immigration even. I showed you these polls.
There's a couple polls where he's like 2-3 points underwater.
No, not a couple.
You're acting like he's at Joe Biden levels of defection.
Joe Biden.
Okay.
He's not Joe Biden.
Here's the reality. I wrote some stuff down. Democrats, first of all, did not care about this until they thought that it could have hurt Trump. Joe Biden, you might remember, speaking of, was president for 4 years. No one said a damn word back then about releasing these documents because, again, they didn't care. Only when it involves hurting Trump. That's the only thing. So if anybody out there thinks that the Democrats care about children or what might have happened to these poor women, nonsense. It's just about hurting Donald Trump.
Can't argue you.
Okay. I do agree it has, I think, reached a tipping point where he can't stop it anymore. I think if you're Donald...
and you've got to admit, that's why he's doing this.
Of course. Absolutely. I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree.
But it's embarrassing that he thinks that nobody's going to understand and realize that. It's embarrassing.
Right. This whole part of I have nothing to hide and I don't care. Well, then why didn't you just release the files?
I think he should have. I think the whole. I'm with you, Charles. I think the whole time he should have just said, "Hey, look, if there was something in there that was going to, to destroy me, they would have done it years ago."
But then why isn't he releasing the file?
Right. I think that's a great question.
Why is he doing somersaults? Why is he calling Lauren Boebert into the situation room to change her vote?
I think he thought he was pourful enough that he could just force it out of the way.
You said he thought he was powerful enough.
Right.
So you're admitting that he's not quite that powerful.
With this, he wasn't strong enough to just blow it out of the water.
What is in this file that has him so
scared? We are going to be horribly disappointed. I just have this feeling that we're
what people are
very
going to say?
disappointed.
There's something in that file, Charles. I'm not saying he didn't.
No, you're not.
Because,
I
again, I've talked to two people who have seen this file, and they say there's nothing untoward about it.
Alan Dershowitz was his attorney. He says there's nothing that involves Trump.
No, he has mentioned multiple times.
We knew they were friends.
I think, listen, here's what I think. It's going to show that Donald Trump knew what Jeffrey Epstein was up to for many, many years before this broke.
I think that the emails that the estate submitted last week seem to be far more revealing about.
But we don't know.
certain things.
We haven't seen the emails the Justice Department has. So there's something in it that he really doesn't want people to see.
I'm Lindsay from St. Louis. I have a lot of opinions about the Epstein files and Trump. I think that he is just doing lip service right now. I honestly don't think that he wants these to be released. He's called these files fake. He said that they don't exist. Now, all of a sudden, he's like, release them. Even last week, I think he said that the Republicans were foolish for wanting to release these. So, like, why is he wanting to release them right now? I think it's all just like a big show of hands, like, oh, I'm innocent. Go ahead and release them. But behind the scenes, I don't think he's going to have these released. I really don't think so.
It sounds like he's going to do everything he can not to.
But the one thing I would say is, by saying what he has said now about the House, if it does get to his desk, he can't veto it. He can't veto it. I mean, I know he can.
Naive Charles.
I know he can,